Welcome back to Frontstretch 5. My name is Kevin Nix, and I will take you through 5 outstanding finishes that you may have forgotten about. Links to all 5 of these races are in the video description down below. Number 1. 1999 Napa 300K, Pikes Peak International Raceway. The early days of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series as a whole are not given the attention they deserve. Several great drivers, such as Ron Hornaday, Kurt Busch, and Greg Biffle, got their starts in this era of racing. But it was 2 other drivers who stole the show. Mike Wallace and Jack Sprague provided Pikes Peak with a phenomenal photo finish after a late caution prompted an overtime attempt. In this era of the Truck Series, races could not end under caution, and this finish is a result of that rule.
1 lap to go. It looks like Wallace has the only shot at taking victory from Jack Sprague. Oh, he's loose.
Look at this. Wallace with a runoff too. Well, that's the water. That is the rain. There is some water down in turn 2.
And here comes Wallace. He's going to try and go underneath Sprague. Down low, trying to hold the truck down.
Look at this, Sprague. Sprague runs up high.
Sprague is high through turn 4. It's a drag race to the finish line. Wallace, Sprague, who's got it? It's going to be Wallace. Unbelievable. Jack Sprague has got to be heartbroken.
Number 2. 2002 Kroger 300, presented by Oreo, Kentucky Speedway. The Busch Series and the Truck Series both raced at Kentucky Speedway for a decade before the Cup cars took to the track for the first time in 2011. One of Kentucky's shining moments came on an overcast day in 2002 after rain almost stopped this race at the halfway point. Greg Biffle and Todd Bodine were the 2 drivers duking it out for the win. This is not the last time either of these drivers are featured in this video. Bodine and Biffle make contact, rub fenders, and Biffle spins out right before he would get the victory, with Bodine eking out the win by just 32 one-thousandths of a second.
Looks like Riggs will grab the spot. Here are the lead machines coming out of turn number 2 for the final time. Todd Bodine picked up a lot of ground as they hustle down the back straightaway. He'll take one last shot. Bodine now looking to the high side of Greg Biffle. Trouble. Jay Sauter's hitting the wall. The caution flag is out. Here's the lead machines. Bodine on the outside.
Once, twice.
Down to the stripe as they bang. Biffle out of control. And down to the stripe. It looks like Todd Bodine, by 36 thousandths of a second, has won it. They hit once, twice, 3 times, and then again, Biffle's car cocked sideways, and when it did, perhaps the nose of Todd Bodine's machine beat him to the start-finish line.
Number 3. 2003 DarlingtonRaceway.com 200 at Darlington Raceway. This NASCAR Busch Series race was held on a Monday due to rain, but not just any Monday, the Monday after one of the greatest finishes in NASCAR history. On the final restart, Stacey Compton quickly drove away from the field, but as the run went on and the laps wound down, he would be caught by 2 drivers as his tires wore out. These 2 competitors, Jamie McMurray in the 1 and Todd Bodine in the 92, put on an encore performance for the fans at the track, too tough to tame.
Todd Bodine racing to find a sponsor for that team, and Jamie McMurray racing for an owner who doesn't care about points, just about winning.
And he has a pretty good cushion behind him, so he can kind of feel Todd out right here. He can overdrive his race car, and he can get by with it.
Todd can get off that corner just a little bit better than McMurray can, but McMurray's going to be tough down here in 3 and 4 now.
That's where he's been tough all day, getting off into turn 3.
He's going to close the gap, but I think it's going to be too little too late. He's there, but he can't make the pass.
Try
he got
on
a
the
fight off the outside, just like yesterday. Here they come at the track.
Wow! And it's McMurray. No, it's not. It's Bodine.
Todd Bodine. Jamie slides across to finish second.
Man, 2 days in a row. 2 fabulous finishes. Oh, my gosh.
Scott Riggs finishes 3rd. Stacey Compton does finish 4th.
Number 4. 2005 World Financial Group 200 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Atlanta has long had a reputation for fantastic finishes, but this one in particular flies under the radar. It is sandwiched between the dramatic 4-wide Truck Series finish that saw Kyle Busch take the checkered flag, and Carl Edwards making his first mark on the NASCAR Cup Series. However, this finish is the closest of the 3, and one of the closest in NASCAR history, with the margin of victory just 8 thousandths of a second. Bobby Labonte in the 47 took part in another fabulous Atlanta finish, but Ron Hornaday in the 6 had other ideas about who won.
Finish line, the white flag flies, 1 lap of racing to go.
It's a tailgate. He stays up on the back tailgate. And they're racing to turn 1 that way.
Bobby staying on the outside. He knows Ron. Look at him. He's pulling up beside him, it looks like.
Ron Hornaday on the inside as they go down the backstretch. Here comes Bobby Labonte on the high side. It's Bobby Labonte trying to get by Ron Hornaday as they go to 3 and 4.
Ron drives it down in the corner.
As they work their way through 3 and 4, they're side by side coming out of turn number 4 on the high side. Bobby Labonte, they hit again. It's Bobby Labonte and Ron Hornaday. Ron Hornaday goes across the start-finish line just inches in front of Bobby Labonte.
How could this race have been better than last year? And I think it was.
Number 5, 2005 United Way 300, Kansas Speedway. This finish is, statistically speaking, NASCAR's closest ever finish at the Kansas Speedway, with the margin of victory just 3/100ths of a second. However, it does not get the attention it deserves. One of the shining moments of the old Kansas configuration, in the 2005 Busch race at Kansas, Casey Kane in the 6 and Greg Biffle in the 66 engaged in a spirited yet clean duel to the checkered flag. A multi-car wreck off turn 2 caused the race to restart with less than 3 laps to go. These were two highly skilled drivers, with Kane just coming into his prime as a driver, and this duel is indicative of that.
Kane down low.
Check the bottom, bud.
Here comes Biffle looking on the inside. That even as they come to the white flag.
Oh, hey, Casey Kane's not going. He's going to run hard on the outside. Biffle's still there.
Loose.
He's still there. Oh,
Whoa, I'll tell you what.
what a job both of those drivers did.
That was impressive. At the beginning of the day, we talked about how this track has earned a reputation for producing close finishes, and here comes another one. Greg Biffle and Casey Kane out of 4 to the line for the checkers.
And Casey Kane has to run.
Kane wins.
Wow.
That is a great job.
Wow.
I did not think Casey Kane could hold them off.
Thank you all for watching this edition of Frontstretch 5. If you have another forgotten finish you want me to highlight in a future video, feel free to drop the suggestion in the comments below.
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.